Bring this over here for you.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the final edition of the Gridiron Greats podcast for the 2019-2020 season. As always, you got your host, Mac Dub, a.k.a. The Chargers, joined with me again by Bryan, a.k.a. the Broncos owner. Say hello, Bryan.
What's up, guys?
And we are in the final week of the season. It is the Super Bowl.
Yep.
And we have from the NFC your 6th seed Seattle Seahawks at a 12-4 6th seed, by the way. So against your number 1 seed in the AFC, the Buffalo Bills and Trip. So Bryan, what do you think? Are you surprised?
No, I'm sad, but I'm fine with it. Yes.
Sad because you were 1 game away?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Trip went through both you or me first and then you on his way in the playoffs to the Super Bowl. I think halfway through the year this was looking like he was going to be the representative in the AFC. He only lost 1 legit game, which was to you, by the way. Another one was a sim loss, but I mean, he went 14-2 in the regular season. A lot of his games weren't even really close, besides the time you beat him, and then the divisional round, he did beat me 20-16. I had a lead in the first half, and then just didn't capitalize enough on some of the opportunities I had. Had an opportunity to probably go up 2 or 3 scores in the first half, but just for whatever reason, just couldn't get it done. And then he outplayed me in the second half and got it done. And sounds like you guys had a pretty good game, but a costly pick 6 hurt you and won him the game. So if you want, we can go ahead and break down his season.
All right.
I think you got some stats to look over, so we can kind of look at why the Bills are in the Super Bowl. You know what he did well. Kind of just looking at his schedule, he had a pretty close game with the Giants in week 2.
Yep.
But then nothing really. That Dolphins game was a sim.
Yep, that was the sim loss.
Looks like Kevin and him played actually pretty close.
Shockingly.
Yeah, and then of course he's got that 1 L right there, Broncos, 20-6, and then other than that,
He really
guess he had it.
He got a close one with the Patriots apparently, but besides those, I mean, he took care of business.
Yeah, he did. You can see that he's consistently scoring 30 or 40 points a game. So,
and then playoffs, it was close between you and him. It was close between me and him till that pick 6 I threw. Yeah.
Yeah. So
he did his job, asshole.
Yep. Yeah. So we'll see if he can continue that and pull it off in the Super Bowl. What do you want to do? Go over some individual stats now?
Yeah, we got his quarterback up here. I mean, Josh Allen, he's becoming a good passer, it seems like, but I mean that 9 touchdown difference from his interceptions, definitely gonna need to improve that.
Yeah, I think when you look at like somebody who's in the Super Bowl, you probably expect somebody to not have
22 interceptions.
Yeah, but it's Josh Allen. Trip loves the posts. He loves the deep ends. So I mean, not really giving a scouting report away, but I mean, if you've watched his games or if you've played him, he does what he does. So.
Yep. Running back wise, I mean, Tevin Coleman's a 1,000-yard rusher. I mean, his running game in the first game I played him didn't impress me. The second game he did a lot better, so it's hit or miss.
Yeah, I don't remember him really running the ball very well against me, so
Receiving wise, he loves Zay Jones. He loves that post route, Zay Jones.
Yep.
John Brown had a decent season. I mean, that's not bad. 11 touchdowns on 47 catches. That's not bad at all.
Yep.
Let's see here. Blocking. Yep, this is what gets him. His tackles are weak.
Yeah, and I know
he didn't play. He didn't play.
Yeah, and he doesn't really have draft picks, so I don't know what he's going to do to bolster that in the future. But
defensively, it was the Tremaine Edmonds show.
Yeah. Yep.
Pretty simple.
Yeah.
17 interceptions.
And I threw one under a minute left to go, trying to score. I tested him. It was a bad idea.
His sack artist is Jerry Hughes and D Ford, but besides those two, everyone else is average at best.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's got a good team, especially for how he plays. We'll see how it goes.
Yep. So I mean, nothing really. Obviously, the Tremaine Edmonds 17 picks with a linebacker. That's a pretty stellar stat. But other than that,
helps when he's fucking 6'5".
Yeah, nothing too fancy or anything like that. So I mean, he's not leading the league in passing yards or rushing yards or anything like that. But yeah, I mean, obviously Warren knows this, but yeah, you can't really throw near that guy, Edmonds, and then he's pretty good at stopping the run as well sometimes. I mean, yep. I did okay, but
so move on to the Seahawks.
Yeah, you got Warren, old Mr. Fast Buffalo.
Yep.
So he's someone that I think kind of how he started out of the gate, even though he did win his first few games, I was kind of a little surprised because he was giving up a lot of points for usually the type of player that he is. I mean, him and Puffy, I remember that. I think that was the very first game of the year.
It was, and it was
that was a shootout. Yeah, damn near 100 points between the two. And then you'll look at week 3. That kind of stands out. He only beat Louis by 2 points.
Mm-hmm.
And then he took his butt whooping by Cobb, and then. I don't think.
Then he started to turn it around.
Yeah, he started to turn around, and then he moved.
And that's where that Week 10 matchup is right there.
Oops. Yeah, same thing with the. So he lost to the 49ers by a sim loss or a forced loss, and same thing to the Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
And so he he hadn't played a game in like a week or two in real life, and then came back and did legitimately lose to the Vikings. But then after that, hasn't lost a game since. So he won the last 4 games of the regular season,
knocking out the Niners, by the way, to get into the playoffs.
Yeah. So if you look at that game, his last game of the year, he's been
doing playoff games truthfully since the Vikings game.
Yeah, he has, because. So I mean, we'll start with week 16 when he came back and he beat Cobb.
Yep.
And then week 17, he won on the very last play of the game against the 49ers. Wild card round, he wins a double overtime game against the Cowboys. Wins a very close game against the Bears in the divisional round. And then last night actually looks like he had maybe one of his, better games, or it wasn't that close, at least according to the score. He took care of Cobb and got the win there. What was that, 28-16 or something like that?
Yep.
So that not only puts him in the Super Bowl, but that also gives him the season edge over Cobb. That's a pretty good rivalry between those two. He won 2 and Cobb only won 1. So, and then of course the big one, getting into the Super Bowl.
Yep.
So,
show some of his stats now.
I would assume Russell Wilson had a pretty good season.
He sure fucking did. Look at that. 39 touchdowns to 17 picks. That's more like it. First off. That's ridiculous. Almost 40 touchdowns. That's impressive. Running the ball, no 1,000-yard rushers, but Russell Wilson hit 500 rushing yards.
Yep.
Chris Carson over here almost hit 800. So pretty interesting to see because Warren usually is a runner.
Yeah.
But look at this though. He shared that ball around. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or sorry, 7 receivers. My bad. 7 receivers with at least 400 yards and at least 20 catches. That's pretty impressive, and all of them had at least 2 touchdowns.
Yeah. So you really can't focus on
it.
one guy for him. Yeah.
Yep. His best receiver being Tyler Lockett, 40 receptions, 9 touchdowns, 720 yards. Emmanuel Sanders he acquired from me this season for a 3rd-round pick. 37 receptions, 581 yards, 3 touchdowns, not bad. Blocking. I mean, these guys played. I mean, if I'm the Bills here, I'm targeting Dwayne Brown though.
Yeah, his old ass.
I mean, 10 sacks, that's a lot to give up for a starter who played in 16 games. It's almost a sack every game. That's not good. That's not a good look. So, defense, this is where Warren usually shines.
Yeah, and I have no idea who this guy is, but apparently some people do. So,
Cobb, I know, used him last year, I think. And Warren has him now, obviously, and Warren is definitely making him look real good, too.
Yeah.
Myles Garrett, 24 sacks. That's great. Ezekiel Anza, 12.5. Barkevius Mingo, 9. Not bad. He's got, I would say, 3 legitimate pass rushers. And then Josh Jones over here with 7 interceptions. Is that the leader of his team? Yep.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's going to be a good matchup, I'm pretty sure, and I hope it's a tight game. Maybe we can get a triple overtime thriller.
Maybe. Just kind of looking at, I don't know, man. I think, I don't know if we want to get into predictions or anything, but I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go with Warren on this one. I would, obviously being in the AFC and losing to Trip, I kind of would like him to win because then I could say, oh, hey, I lost to the Super Bowl champion. But I think Warren with Russell Wilson, and I think Warren's got to have a little more firepower on offense than what Tripp's got. And then I think the usering are they're pretty equal. So.
Yep.
But you know what? I won't
be
be surprised if it could go either way.
So, also, I mean, interesting little fact. Originally my pick in the Super Bowl was Seahawks versus Texans, and then I changed my pick to Bills versus Bears.
Okay.
So, interesting fact was.
So you picked one team. Right.
I picked one team right from each pick. So.
That's right. I was supposed to beat the Cowboys.
By 31 points. And Todd technically has one team correct with the Seahawks when he copied my Seahawks versus Texans pick.
Todd will pick Warren every single fucking time.
Yeah, I know.
Because he loves them so much. I think he wants to be with them.
But yep, I mean, it's going to be a good matchup. We got, like I said, Super Bowl. I think this is 54. Got the Seahawks versus the Bills. It's going to be a good game.
Yep.
So, 8:30 Eastern tonight, correct?
That's what Warren has said, so.
All right, 8:30 Eastern tonight, guys.
Yeah, I mean, the playoffs started Monday, right?
I think they did, yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's
not
only
bad.
Friday. Nope, not bad. Yep. So, I'll literally be posting this probably every few hours, but as long as the Super Bowl's played tonight, we're gonna stick with that off-season schedule. I think we had 23 people vote on the poll so far. 13 of them voted for Sunday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. So We're gonna do. Let me make sure I don't fuck this up. We're gonna advance to the re-sign period. Assuming that game's played at 8:30 tonight, that'll be roughly around 9:30, 9:15, 9:20ish. Then we'll go ahead and have about a 22-hour advance or wait on that, and then we'll be in week one of the free agency period tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern time. Then give a full 24 hours for that, and then advance to week two of the free agency period on Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Then have a quick advance to week three that'll just be an hour long. We'll advance to week three on Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern, and you'll get another 30 minutes to make any possible last-minute bids on probably some scraps at that point. And plan on doing the draft at Sunday at 8:30 Eastern time.
Yep. So, and then after that, we'll advance to the fourth week of preseason every 15 minutes till we get to that fourth week of preseason.
Yep.
And we haven't talked about it yet, so I'm not going to say when we'll advance to week one.
Okay. Gotcha.
So, yeah. Poor Todd.
Yeah.
He's going to be so upset. By the way, injuries will be turned off during the preseason since we are advancing it and not giving you a chance to play your games.
Yep. Absolutely.
So, no worries on the injury front there.
Right. So, I mean, just talking about it now, anybody who's listening is probably the ones who pay attention to the group chat and know what's going on. But said, well, if anything changes, we'll let you know. You can always find when the next advance is going to be up in the header of the group chat title.
Yep.
So.
All right, man.
Yeah, Bryan, I think that's it. I mean, not even, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 6 or 7 weeks to get season done. That's a pretty good pace.
Yep. We did good this first season. Let's do it again the second season.
We did, yeah. Hopefully, the guys who struggle again in season 2 don't lose interest. I'll be reaching out again. There's quite a few of you that at least tried to play your games or, were active in communicating if you were out of town or something. So we'll definitely be giving you some, at least a player upgrade. Don't ask for an X Factor. We're not going to give out an X Factor. So
never will.
But you'll be getting that. I know some people have already hit, but I told them I'm not doing anything until the off season. Definitely, I think I'd say a good 85% of the league, everybody played their games or scheduled, or just a few guys that maybe here or there needed a little, swift kick in the ass, but they have for about 3 years now, so that's fine. Titans. It's fine. You got anything else you want to say?
No. I just be on the lookout. There will be more shows this weekend.
Yeah, and I'm going to go on a fucking rant and tell you how awesome I'm going to be next year, but we'll fucking save that for the end, for one of the other shows.
All right.
All right, guys. Well, I think that'll do it for us. Like I said, this is going to be the last show of the
2019-2020 season.
Yep. When we come back, which may well be tomorrow, it will be officially the 2020-2021 season.
Yep.
So, guys, I'm Mac. He's Bryan. And
you're Mac. I'm Bryan. And what?
We'll talk to you later.
All right.
Did I cut out?
Yeah,
Fuck.
you totally cut out. But, hey, later, bitches.